Hey, hey, everybody. This is Yolanda Hinton, and I'm here for FYI After Dark. I was giving you all a little bit of time to get on. We have a great show for you all, waiting for co host Edward Everett to come on. But in the meantime, I can go ahead and do my introduction and give a few announcements. First of all, I want to welcome our platforms, Facebook Live, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Also, I just want to just shout out again our co-host. Um, Edward Everett, aka Mr. E. I'm Yolanda Hinton, the host, and I'm so glad to be here. It's so much going on, it's so much to do. We're just glad to be able to do this show. We've been doing our morning show, and I want to give you all a little bit of information about the morning show. We've been doing FYI Radio Morning Show for 7 years, and we are absolutely elated to be able to come to you with all kind of wonderful information, trending topics, breaking news, just anything you can name for your information. That's what it stands for. And we come on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30 a.m. We're on Peace 95.3 FM, WGPL 1350 AM, WPCE 1400, Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The wonderful thing about it is that we're going to add another station real soon, 88.9 WMVA. And I'm telling you, we feel really good because not only are we covering live radio, we're also on social media everywhere, and we're on the World Wide Web worldwide. So it is wonderful to be able to extend our show to people all over the world. And it's just a great feeling to come with content that's positive. And like I said, trending, we want to keep up with the times and what's going on too. Fun, because on one of our segments on Friday, it's serving that tea, and we serving tea and talking about who's doing what, and just keep you all in the loop with what's happening all over the place. And so we are so excited and grateful to be able to bring this show to you all. Again, welcome to all those that are viewing. Thank you so much for tuning in. The platforms that we're on, again, are on social media live. You can join us over on YouTube. You can join us on Facebook Live, on Twitter and LinkedIn. And we'll just be able to say hi. Make sure you like, share, comment, and even subscribe to the channels. We're looking for numbers, and that's one of the things I want to talk with you all about. If you all would go to Crystal Records One and subscribe to that channel, that's where FYI lives, on YouTube. But we need subscribers. We need to really bring it up. We're kind of new to YouTube with the live social media show, but we need numbers to bring it up. If you all wouldn't mind, tell your friends, family members, your co-workers to please join us on Crystal Records One. That's the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. We need subscribers. We are way below the 1,000 mark that we want to make with our YouTube channels. Please, we're doing well on Instagram and Facebook. But if you all would, please go to our YouTube channel, Crystal Records One, and please subscribe. And that's where you can go and see our content on YouTube, and you can see various things that we're doing on that platform as well. But we want to just say thank you all for your support. And thank you all for when you join us. Thank you all when you share our content. Thank you just for being there for us, taking your time to say hello, or taking your time to comment or ask questions. We have a lot of faithful friends that join us, even on our morning show. And I'm just so glad about it. We appreciate it, and we don't take it for granted. We know it's your wonderful, precious time, and we would just love, love, love to have you all to continue to just be with us. And not only that, please, if there's content that you all would like to hear, a subject or a person that you all would like to have on the show, please, please, and please, just drop it in our inbox and our message. You can go to my messages. You can go to Edward Everett. You can go to FYI radio show hosted by Yolanda Hinton. You can message there. You can go to Instagram, wherever the platform you are on. You can inbox and say, look, I'd like to see you all do this or cover this. Or there's somebody that I know that's doing great things in the community, have great information for us. And we would love to have that person on. And so please, we want you to be a part of it. Even if you want to serve that tea, if you got trending topics or breaking news that you think we should cover, it's FYI for your information, all kind of information. We would love to cover it. And we would love to have you as a part of that. Send us information about what's going on in politics or sports or Hollywood or wherever, or in people lives that are just doing something exciting or different. We would love to hear from you and let you be a part of what we all are doing. I want to, just make sure you all have that information. Again, it's FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com, or you can call 757-714-7861 and say, hey, look, I want to join in and sharing that tea, or I want to have my coworker who's doing this or that on our community line or community social media or whatever. They're doing great things worldwide or nationwide. We would love some of you celebrities to be a part of what we're doing. We're not just going to leave it to just people in our own backyard. But like I said, it's a worldwide platform. We would love to have you all that are influencers, you all that are celebrities. Some celebrities are doing some great things. They're not just trending because they cutting up or bringing a lot of drama. But a lot of celebrities do some great things. I would love to have them on and talk about what they're doing. Also, coming up real soon, we want to provide a platform for authors. So if you all have written a book, this is for some people that have already written their book. We would love to have you all on our FYI After Dark in a panel, in a platform where people can talk about, some of the things that you've written about. They can ask questions, and they can be a part of this wonderful discussion that we're going to have real soon. We're going to announce it, of course, and we're going to make sure that you all are part of this. I'm getting ready to add our co-host, Edward Everett, aka Mr. E. I can't even hear Mr. E. Mr. E. Oh, you're gonna have to unmute yourself. And
I want to say good afternoon to everybody. And guess what? I am so excited to be here on FYI After Dark. It's been a busy, 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 busy day for me today. And so now I apologize for me being late. Oh God, what a great show that we had today on
yes,
FYI. And we want to invite you all to join us on FYI in the AM from 9:30 to 10, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And don't forget, for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861. And thank you so much for joining us on FYI After Dark. And we promise you're going to get some great, great, great information.
absolutely. I want to say good evening to Miss Barbara Loring. Thank you so much for joining us. You all that are out there listening, please comment so we can shout you out. Mr. E, I gave the introduction already. I gave information about our morning show, our FYI morning show live, what stations we come on, platforms, social media platforms that we air. Also, I just gave a little tea about 88.9. We want to know the status. What's going on with it?
Well, 88.9 is one of our newest babies in the world. Can you hear me good?
Yes.
88.9 is one of our newest babies. We just added one of the greatest radio stations now, that's 95.3 FM. We just added that about, what, a year ago? So now we're adding another baby, 50,000 watt radio stations, 88.9 FM. And our antenna sites will be in Acromat County. Let me tell you about 88.9. It's an educational radio station where we're going to bring nothing but great information, great music, ministry, you name it. We got it going your way. You hear 88.9 all over the world. You hear us in Norfolk, Portland, Newport News, Virginia Beach, Surrey, Matthews County, Albina, Richmond, parts of Richmond, Delaware, Maryland. You will hear one of the greatest sounds that you ever want to hear. That's 88.9 FM. WMVA. Them are the call letters. That's WMVA. And you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. And guess who's going to be on there? That FYI radio show. We will be there.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. We thank God for being able to spread out, Mr. E, spread our wings and reach more people. I was just telling our audience to make sure they go on our social media platforms to follow, subscribe, to share, to comment. And because we want to make our numbers. Now, our platform for FYI After Dark is on Cristo Records One, Cristo Records, Records1. Please go and subscribe. We need to bring those numbers up for the FYI platform, and we would appreciate you all if you would just tell people about it. Go and like it. You can always go to that platform and look at all our shows and things like that. Please, if you will, do that for us. But we are very excited that we are reaching out. We're reaching beyond our local platforms, and we are just going forth more and more and more. We have Miss Karen Scott on. I want to say good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining and commenting. Mark Howard, how are you? It's always a blessing to have Mark be a part of what we're doing. And so many of you all that are listening and looking, please make sure you all check for the views, like, share, subscribe, and continue to join us on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for our FYI morning show and our Mondays after dark, Mr. E.
That's right. That's right. Don't forget to join us on our Monday FYI After Dark radio show live. Well, we're live right here just for you, where we bring you great information. Our mission statement is to help you to rise above mere survival. We don't want you lacking nothing. We don't want you going without nothing. We want to make sure that you will know what's going on in politics. We want to make sure you know what's going on in sports all around the world, from basketball to football, you name it. We want to make sure you know it. We want to make sure that you know about authors, who's writing the local books, next books. We want to let you know about mental health, issues concerning men, issues concerning women. That's why we bring you the very, very best. We want to make sure that you rise above. Yes, that's right. We want to make sure you're having fun. We want to make sure you find success. That's FYI Radio Show Live. And you can email us at FYIRadioShowLive@gmail.com, or you can join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on WPCE 1400, WGBL 1350, 95.3 FM, and soon to be 88.9 FM. And not only that, on the World Wide Web. We're just not here in the 757. We're here all over the world. From Iraq to Iran, you can pick up FYI radio show with your radio host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. And don't forget, for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861.
Yes, again, we are glad to be here. FYI, After Dark, we really want to make it very special. And we can do that if you join us. We would love to have you all as audience members or as guest sponsors on FYI. If you have a business, small, medium, or large business, if you want to sponsor this broadcast program, this live show, we would love for you to do that. The number is right here on our banner. You all can email or you can call that number, and we would love to talk with you about sponsoring FYI. You can sponsor a segment, you can sponsor a show, you can
That's right.
sponsor both shows, and we would really, really appreciate it. Also, visit our sponsors, www.beardgods.com. That's www.beardgodz, beardgods.com.
That's right.
And
That's right.
also Christo Records. That's www.christorecords.com. That's www.christorecords.com. It's on the banner. That's beardgods.com, one of our sponsors. And also Crystal Records. Please go and visit those websites. Again, you can call us, you can email us, and you can visit the website for our sponsors. You
Oh,
too can be a sponsor. I really want to push that right now, Mr. E, because we don't want to uh, go past and not say anything to those that are looking to expose and market their businesses, their new businesses, or their events. Here's the platform.
that's
Like I
right.
said, we're reaching around the world. We're live radio as well as social media, and you can have that platform to be able to expose your business or what you do to our audience near and beyond. So make sure you all think about it. We'll give that information a little bit later on. And again, don't forget our sponsors. I want to put that band up there so you can recognize it. Beardgods.com. There it is. Don't forget to check it out. Chris Hinton is the owner, founder of Beard Gods. And men, if you want to tighten up on your hair, your beard, things that's going to make you look well groomed, beardgods.com. They also have hoodies, they have hats, they have different things where, and hey, you can look fly. And so we want you all to visit them. Again, CrystalRecords.com. There it is, right there. Crystal Records, making beautiful music. And of course, we are there with other things as well, as far as our anti-bullying initiative, Crystal Community Development Corporation, and all kind of good things.
Oh,
While I'm making an announcement and things, let me make an announcement about the Young Women Achieving Success Crystal Community Development Corporation, Young Women Achieving Success Program, recruiting girls 10 to 17 years old. It's a free program in Chesapeake. We meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. We would love your daughters, your niece, your granddaughter, your next door neighbor, as long as they're 10 to 17 years old. And they don't even have to live in Chesapeake. They can live in the 757, and you all can definitely let them come and be a part of a wonderful sisterhood and be developed, because our mission is to develop young leaders. So it'd be a wonderful thing if you all could be a part of this great, great, great program. Getting back to FYI After Dark, Mr. E, we always say this, there's so much going on.
That's right. That's right. There's a lot of things going on. I want to say good afternoon to some of our guests that's popping in. Mr. Matthews Omojawa, we want to say good afternoon to you. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. But good afternoon to you and to Miss Karen Scott. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Miss Barbara Lauren, that's my first cousin. Thank you so much. Out of New York, New York. Thank you so much.
Yes, and Mr. Mark Howard, Mark said he's at work, but he is here listening, and thank you so much for your support. You know, this evening we're going to do a little bit on our trending topics. We're going to do FYI Monday's Tea trending topics. And I'm telling you, Mr. E, what's hot today, and it's all I've been hearing and seeing is the problem that's going on in our media. Well, some people may say it's a problem. Some people may say it's just what it is. And that's the story with Don Lemon and CNN. He's out of CNN, from CNN. What was. And we got Tucker Carlson from Fox News, actually. And, you know, it's a big old story, Mr. E, out there. It's surprising. What do you think? I think it's on both sides. It is surprising. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But what do you think of this story popping up like this on this afternoon, this morning?
You know, I think what they should have done gave our listening audience a heads up of what is the problem.
How can they give him a heads up when Don Lemon said he didn't even have?
Well, see, here's what has to happen. I think.
Let me put out our disclaimer. You know, this is things that we have heard already in the media. We're not reinventing any of the facts. We're just telling you the things that we hear and see and what's reported. So, you know, don't jump on our case when we say things. It's just what we have heard and experienced through the media. And so we're just going to talk about it. You all can add your 2 cents in. If you're listening and looking on, you can definitely in our chat give your opinion. Tell us how you feel. And, you know, we're just going to go on and just talk about the things that are happening in real time on our trending and breaking news. So, Mr. E, go ahead. I'm sorry.
When we begin to talk about Don Lemon. Don Lemon is one of the greatest.
Who was that?
Don Lemon.
Oh, Don Lemon. Okay.
Don Lemon is one of the greatest anchors you ever want to, you know, in CNN News. He made CNN News, and he's been there 17 years. Yes. As a news network. You know, rumor on the street said Don Lemon in the week of sexual comments and reported mistreating of colleagues. These are some of the
wait a minute, rewind, because that's something new I have not heard beyond him getting fired. Now, where's that coming from? We haven't even got the tea out about him being fired. Now there's
CNN, that's CNBNC. That's what's in the media. CNN
is that a real
anchor? That CNN-fied anchor Don Lemon in the wake of sexual comments reported mistreating of colleagues. Yeah.
Okay. Now that tea, I did hear a little bit about mistreatment of certain people, well, African-American people, but I did not hear a lot about that.
Let me give you a little more tea on this.
Yeah, can we get with the base of the thing, which is the firing?
They said Monday fired anchor Don Lemon in the wake of sexist on air comments.
Sexist comment?
Sexist.
Thank you.
On air comment and report that he mistreated female co-workers during his 17 years at network. An hour before Lemon announces his termination, Fox News said that the right-wing prime minister, that goes into something else with Tucker Carlson, is leaving the cable network immediately. And on Sunday, NBC Universal said CEO Jeff Scher has left his role due to an inappropriate relationship with a woman in the
Well,
company.
Mr. E, before we get into all that, because that's drama, I didn't even,
That's tea.
I did
That's
not even
tea.
investigate. But I
That's
want to,
right.
let's start from the basics first, which is the firing of these two men. And if it's not firing, we will find out what exactly it is. But according to Don Lemon, and he worked for CNN for 17 years. He is reporting that he knew nothing about this move to get him out of CNN after 17 years. CNN said, I beg the difference. You knew this was coming, and you are falsely reporting to our community and the media that you had no clue. Mr. E said it goes a little bit deeper, but we're going to come back to that.
That's right. That's right.
Also, we have Tucker Carlson,
That's right.
who is actually let go right now as we speak. And, a lot of people are wondering if he was let go after the lawsuit that was lost by Fox. And the lawsuit that came from Dominion. Dominion took him to the court, and they won almost $1 billion. I believe it was 700 and so many millions of dollars. And I'm telling you, Fox took a hit. People are wondering, and they're kind of like thinking that they wonder if one has something to do with the other. It's being reported that it's not, but it is also being reported in the media that it is going to be a result of the blow that was taken, that people are going to be let go. There are others that are being named, and I won't name them, but they're saying that Fox is going to get rid of them, or certain people are asking to get rid of them because they have been a problem too, like Tucker. Tucker, they say that he has been someone that has put out falsehoods, lies, and all kind of things about certain issues that we are facing. He actually, and this is what I've heard in the media, said that George Floyd died of an overdose of drugs. He would not acknowledge how George Floyd was killed. He also had something to do allegedly with the Georgia race and putting out falsities. And they say, even their own within the ranks, allegedly, they say that, he's been poisoned, he's been a poison because he has put out so much, falsehoods. But this is the thing. They said that there's an email, Mr. E, going around that talks about how they did not believe in the cause of Fox, but they reported as they did. They made like they believe so much. And I mean, they're very convincing. They're very convincing when you sit back and you listen to Fox News and they're spewing out all this stuff. They act like it is definitely the gospel.
That's
And
right.
so they said him, along with others, should be outed, should be thrown out. And it's about time that he was put out.
Miss Hinton, when we look at Fox News, there was a fella, allegedly a fella by the name of President Donald Trump, which caused all of this stuff to go haywire. So it caused Tucker Carlson to be kicked out. It caused a fella by the name of Dan Bingolo to be out, to part ways on political basis. Fox News had parted ways with the firebrand political commentator Dan Bongino. The network is said in a statement on Thursday, "We thank Dan for his contribution and wish him success in his future endeavors." A former U.S. Secret Service agent who had become known for his sharp defense of a former President Trump, who was a regular on Fox primetime show. Is recently in recent years, Bigelow was granted an hour-long Saturday evening program on Fox 2021. The network said his last show was April 15th.
Amazing. I want to shout out my friend, Miss Vashon Johnson. How are you? I am so glad that you're here joining us. My love to your family. But Mr. E, I don't know. When I sit back
It's
and I
me.
when
It's me.
first of all, I am very shocked because I took a sneak peek over to Fox just to hear a few things of how they were talking when it concerned Trump and this lawsuit that's coming against him out of New York. And what I heard, I was absolutely appalled. And I said, when I heard Tucker talking, I was like, what kind of talk is this? And why do they listen and sit back and agree with some of the things that you hear? It just sounds like it's too much. And so I'm very shocked because today in real time, he is out. That very same person that I took a sneak peek over to on Fox News talking all that smack. Here we go, out. And out for the reasons they say of misinformation and a whole bunch of bull.
Miss Hinton, all Foxes, I believe this. That's going to be a lot of heads going to turn.
Ooh,
That's
that's what they're saying.
There's going to be a whole lot of heads that going to be turning from Lawrence Jones, who's going to place in its place on Saturday night show for the time being, and then comedian Gregory Gilfield program will air on the weekends only. So it's a lot of stuff that Fox News is getting ready to get got themselves in, and it's coming down the pipeline. So when you look at, and this news that I'm getting coming from the Hill, coming
Mhm.
from the Hill, and that Don Lennon at CNN News and all of that stuff, that we're dealing with. I mean, hey, it was bound to happen. It was bound to
Well,
happen because
yes.
there was too much stuff going on at Fox News.
Well, Mr. E, I want to know if it has to do with the lawsuit. Now, this is not the only lawsuit coming down the pike. And I'm wondering if this is going to bankrupt Fox, because when you're putting out close to $1 billion on different lawsuits, and guess what was said with this lawsuit? And
Tell the T.
they said the company that is bringing this second big, tremendous lawsuit said that the 700 and so many millions is just a base for them. That's the lowest. They are going high and high and higher, Lord, as high as they can go to come against Fox in this lawsuit for, I believe, defamation and bringing out falsities against their company and lies and all kind of things. And so that's why I'm saying the changing of the gods have anything to do with, first of all, moving away those that have been dishonest, those that have lied online, have put out falsehoods about the election and all this stuff. Does them pulling away certain ones have to do with who's been talking junk and lying, or the fact that this is a time for Fox to really have to give up the goods for the things that they have done? Do they now have to give an account for the things that they've done and said? And this is the thing about it, Mr. E, to knowingly to know that you're putting out lies and selling flies, honey. Come on now, come
You,
on.
you,
And
you,
this is the thing: you now have to give an account. You cannot sit back and defame a company and companies and think this Stuff is not going to come back on you. Okay, you think it's entertaining. Okay, you think that folks, Tuck and all them think that they can say anything. Well, you're finding out that you can't.
Miss Cynthia, and that's a good point that we're finding out that everything that went on in the politician field with Donald Trump, with President Donald Trump, we'll find that there's going to be a whole lot of heads going to roll. A whole lot of
Mm.
folks going to get knocked off their high horses. One time another, Tucker Carlson backtracked on a private text saying he hate Trump.
Oh,
But then he turned around and said he loved Trump. They had private texts going on. They
yes.
had defamations of characters going on. They had some of everything going on. There was $1.6 billion and Dominion vote system defamation, a suit against the network.
Absolutely. So with
One
with
point,
with lawsuits like that, Mr. E, how can you stand? That's why I asked. I'm gonna ask the audience in the chat. Is this the downfall of Fox? I mean, can a company, a corporation that have stood so long and strong and rich, can that be brought down? I tell you what, that is not the first one with Dominion. That lawsuit, the one that's coming, is not just going to be the second one. They're going to be lawsuit after lawsuit, and people. And since you're, media, and you're wide open with it and saying it out loud and in front of the whole world, it's not so hard to prove. These companies are not having a hard time proving it. That lawsuit with Dominion was settled because why?
1.6
It's
billion
1.6. They
dollars.
received seven and so many $1 million because Fox said, I surrender. And so, like I said, the second company that's coming, saying they're coming with fire in their eyes, they are coming for blood.
You,
And
you,
so, what's going to happen to Fox? So, my
Fox
question
going
again, and
down.
to those in the chat that want to respond, is this where we see a Fox begin to lose? Now they're losing ratings allegedly. I heard that their ratings are going down. They're losing money. They're losing the major players because Tucker Carlson was a major,
That's right.
major media personality, bringing in millions of viewers. And so tell me, is this going to really, put a dent, or is it going to bring down a agency and organization like Fox News?
When you started looking at the news and Fox News and how looking at their ratings, they said Fox News was almost the most watched basic cable network
Yes.
in prime time with 2.26 million and marked with 24 consecutive months of 2 straight years at the top rating cable news network with a total viewers of adults 25 to
Yes.
54. So they had the highest, they was one of the highest ratings. They're
Yes.
out there with all people. Everybody was looking at Fox News. 24 to 54 is a range that they had. And they said some of the most widely available channels, Fox News, CNN News, MSNBC, are often referred to as Big Three, with Fox News having the highest viewership and the rating.
Let's go over to CNN. Let's go back to Don, because Don act like he is absolutely surprised, Don Lemon, that this has happened to him. Now we got to dig deeper with this because wherein the network is saying, CNN is saying, not so, Don. Don is saying, look, I didn't know nothing about this. You all caught me off guard. You caught me by surprise. I know nothing, nothing. And everybody's saying, what? But let me throw a little wrench into this story. Because have you all heard, and you can Google this is not my words, this is what I've researched, that Gail King and Charles Barkley
Yeah,
have
yeah.
been hired, have already signed the contract coming in fall
King
with the
Charles
show,
Barkley. Yeah.
and have, look, are getting millions and millions of dollars to come over there to CNN.
You
Now,
got a
hey,
you got a sportscaster, King Charles Barkley,
absolutely.
used to play with the 76ers back in the day. He is now going over to Fox News and is gonna be
Not
with,
Fox News,
I mean,
CNN.
CNN
CNN.
News, and gonna be along with Gayle King.
Miss Gayle King, you know Miss Gayle King. She
That's
over there
right.
on
That's right.
CBS, honey. Oprah Winfrey's bestie, her best friend, and she has a great name. And she's going over to CNN. The contract has already been signed. Now, listen, she's not going over there for a little bit of money.
You know she's
She's
not.
not going over there for a little bit of money. She's going over there talking about some big coins, and they're going to pay her. Now, there are a few people, and we're going to continue to investigate Mr. E
Let
and
me
do our research on who is being let go. And I'm asking, is it because we got those big timers getting ready to come in? Maybe, yes, maybe not. But I want to make mention of something that they're talking about the ratings going down, first of all.
That's right.
I don't know why the ratings have gone down. Maybe because people like Cuomo and
Fake
different
news.
ones aren't there anymore. Maybe because of the appeal of news and politics. Just not bringing in the boys to the yard. I'm not sure, but they're talking about ratings are not as well. They've had so many viewers, just like Fox, millions of viewers, but the viewers are not there. Could they be on Netflix? What do you think, Mr. E? But
You know,
anyway,
as I begin to look at Don Lemon being terminated,
who?
Don Lemon,
Oh, okay.
Don Lemon being terminated, they said that he began to scream
Who
off
said?
camera.
Uh-huh.
They said tension on the set. Listen to this. Tension on the set of CNN this morning. CNN this morning have recently balled over with Don Lemon allegedly screaming
Uh, they said that about
co-host
they
at,
said that about Carl, Tucker. Go ahead.
at co-host Caitlin Collins
Oh.
off camera doing an ugly December incident that left the cast and the crew rattling ever since.
Oh, they said Tucker was over there hollering and screaming, but I'm not sure if that's true. That's allegedly. But they said that you said that they're saying that Don is over there cutting up.
Cutting up.
Well,
They said
we need to find out the
they said
tea.
they said according to two sources who with knowledge over the situation, 56-year-old Lemon approached 30-year-old Collins following the show Thursday on December 8 broadcast and unloaded on her in front of staffers and accused her of interrupting him on the air. Don screamed at Caitlin, who is visible upset, and ran out of the studio. One source knowledge of the screaming said that the news of the exploit incident made its way to the CNN CEO, Chris Litch, who is said to have been apparently by Lemon appalled by Lemon's behavior, according to source. A second source said the producer talked to Lemon at the behalf of Litch and told the anchor to take the next day off to cool off.
So he was appalled by Lemon. We've got to find out. But I guess, listen, Lemon, I think he might have accepted the fact that he has to go. We're going to find out more
That's
because
right.
he's going to explain why he felt that he was not given enough time or was not forewarned about him being fired.
Also, good
We're going to
afternoon to
find out more. Say that again, Miss
I
E.
want to say good afternoon to Miss Sharita Mann and Mr. Chris Hinton. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show. That's FYI After Dark.
Yes, I want you all to kind of put in the chat anything that you think is going on, anything that you allege that you've heard that we haven't covered. But I want to get back to Don Lemon and the fact that he's been fired, but that Gail King and Charles Barkley have been hired. Now, listen, this morning, it was just talked about just a little bit. I heard, and I'm not sure of this, I have to say it allegedly, that CNN were letting go African American people. And they did name one of the young ladies. I'm familiar with her, who she is, but not familiar with her name that I can just say it right now. I have to go back and search who she is, but they said that African Americans over there at CNN allegedly were having problems over there. And so I'm still wondering, and you all in the chat, help me out, if you feel as though our beautiful friend and sister, Gail King, and our brother, Charles Barkley, have anything to do with the transferring of jobs and the fact that they are getting some big time pay, Miss D. I believe that Gail, I think the minimum may be 12 million or
Woo!
up for a year. And after hearing that CNN allegedly didn't have money and the ratings were going down, here you go with a great big old contract, with millions of dollars. And we want to know, does all this fit together? Is all this just it's not alleged that they're going to be there on a new show in the fall, but that they are replacing some, and some African American anchors have been targeted and will be leaving. And it's just a whole bunch of stuff going on, and we're going to get to the bottom of this.
You know,
uh,
Miss Hinton, when we
uh-huh.
started talking about Gail King and Sir Charles
Yes,
Barkley, who is they tipping off the NBC. They said while King, by Gail King typically lives on CBS morning show
yes,
screen, and Charles Barkley usually found giving sports commentator. The
yes,
two will join forces on the cable news screen.
yes,
CNN firm that King and Broccoli will be co-hosts. King and Broccoli will co-host King Charles, a weekly show on the cable news network that will air in the fall 2023. The news was announced on TNN and NBA tip-off,
yes,
describing the show as a live hourly weekly discussion show and officially permanent data that has been announced. Charles Barkley,
yeah.
King Charles Barkley, will be co-hosting with host Gail King.
Well, you know what? I'm not saying I'm surprised. I welcome them because they, first of all, both have a lot of charisma, a lot of style. What you call it? Charles Barkley may be a little bit on the hot-headed side, allegedly, but I mean, to have fresh blood, because to me, uh, I peek over to CNN and I kind of like leave it quick because it is a little on the dry side. I mean, it is a little on the, we've been used to this and it needs to be shaken up. You need some new, fresh blood. You need something wherein you can pull the viewers. Now, listen to this, and I made a statement just a little while ago and said, where's everybody going to Netflix? Well, let me tell you, Netflix got everything in the whole wide world over there. Documentaries, you got all kind of movies and comedy. You just have everything. And so if you're gonna sit there on a platform, a news platform, and make it flat, 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 you're going to have a problem,
That's
because
right.
where people can really be entertained and really get what they need from other platforms, they are not going to stay on your dry platform just for the hell of it. And that's over there at Fox too. They're losing viewers for a whole lot of reasons. We'll find out, what reasons are they losing viewers. Is it because people are fed up? Is it because those that are up there seem like allegedly they're dishonest? Is it that because of this lawsuit? And so, why in the world would people stay looking and viewing and wasting their time on platforms where they're not really getting anything? It's flat. And so, I say personally, if Gail and Charles Barkley go over there to CNN, I'm going to watch it.
That's what that's going to bring. They're going to bring great excitement over there. Gail and Charles going to bring great news. They're going to be great people. That's going to be an announcement talking about it. TNN has already put it out there. TBS has already put it out there. And you got to remember that Gail King and King Charles Barkley, King Charles, and you got to remember Charles is not a swabber. He's a hot-headed person.
Allegedly.
I'd rather see Charles Barkley up there than to see Big Mouth.
Who is Big Mouth?
The one that comes on with the sports that don't like the Cowboys.
Oh, okay. We won't name him, but Charles Barkley, yeah, he got fire in him. And yeah, and I think he has charisma and he's entertaining. I think it's going to be a good show. They're going to have to do something to pull in viewers, or else, you sometimes we don't believe things can come to naught. Or get outdated, but things can change. You got stores just like Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't know if you all have heard.
That's right.
But Bed Bath and Beyond, one of the biggest chains, and everybody loved Bed Bath, especially me. Oh my goodness, it's bye-bye-ville. And not only that, they are filing for bankruptcy and everything. Sometimes things come to an end and you wouldn't believe it. You would think things would stay the way they are. You see these moguls and you see people with this and that, and you say, oh my God, look at these giants. And you don't believe, but one day their day is done. Bed Bath and Beyond, to look at it, I wouldn't have never thought it would go out of business. Even like Kmart, I wouldn't have thought, but things change.
Miss Hinton, I want to put a little twist in here. Did you know that this thing between King Charles Barkley and coming over to CNN News has been talked about for years?
Oh, wow.
It has already been in making. King Charles come nearly a year after Lynch was appointed a CNN News CEO after Jeff Zucker was forced out of the job after admitting that he had violated corporation rules, but not revealing his romantic relationship with a CNN marketing executive, Allison Gersher. Before taking on the CNN role, Lynch and Stephen Colbert, executive producer. In 2011, he relaunched the CBS Morning. So it's been in the making. This stuff has been down in the basement for such a long time.
Yes. Well, I tell you what, I'm saying the tea is brewing, and a whole lot of stuff is going to come out of this. I really believe that on CNN, you're going to find out some of the skeletons that are in the closet. You're going to find out what kind of money CNN has, who they're letting go, why they're letting them go. I think you're going to learn that tea. And over at Fox, I'm looking at Fox and saying, are y'all going to make it? Because sometimes things change, and when you think some of these things the Bible says when you think they're big, a big bay tree, they are lifted up, they're mountains, and you figure, will they ever come down? And all of a sudden something will bring it down. And I don't know if this is what it's going to take. I don't know what's going to happen over there at Fox, but I know one thing. Finally, they have to give an account for what's been spewing out of the mouths of those anchors and those reporters and things like that. And somebody is sit back and say, you are not going to defame us. You're not going to get away with this. You think you can say and do whatever you want and brainwash, allegedly, and make people, think a certain way. And it's not so. We're going to see what's going to happen to this network. We're going to look close. We're going to take a sneak peek over there. We're going to be looking at all these agencies because, after a while, Mr. E said the tea is being served.
Miss
After
Hinton,
a while, people are going to have to give an account for all this stuff. And let me say something to our audience. Please don't sit back and envy not one soul on this planet, not one agency. Sometimes people sit back and say, oh, I wish I could be like this or have what they have, or look at what they're doing and look at how they're built. Honey, you never know what the foundation is. For that reason, thank God for what you have and where you are.
that's right.
Where you are, don't sit back and just keep, the Hollywood, everything. And honey, everything that glitters is not gold. You're going to have to thank God for the life He has given you and be satisfied and build that up and stop looking at everybody and envy them. David said in the scripture, his foot almost slipped looking at people prosper.
That's right.
Oh
That's
God,
right.
why not me? Why I don't have what they have? Why I'm not doing what they're doing? Why I'm not with? Don't envy not one soul. I don't care who it is.
That's right. And when we look at folks, we got to make sure that we look at him and looking at the God in them and not looking at what mistakes or what they encounter.
Well, some of them don't have no God in them. How about that?
Here's a twist for you. Here's a twist that you not know that in an interview with Gayle King, Michelle Obama said 30 years with the former president was hard.
Well, of course. Can you imagine those two strong Black individuals? Can you imagine? I was reading something on that today, and Barack, and they're going to be featuring this podcast with them on, and he says that she's the tough cookie. She's the hot-headed one. She handles things hot-headed. I said, oh, how Black ladies. He does it a little bit different. So can you imagine that those two forces? You got somebody that had that both of them have great potential and they have achieved great things. But can you imagine the passion that goes into their decision making, why they feel like they should make the best decision? Of course, they're going to bump heads.
That's right. That's right. That is so true. And all we got to do is sit back and relax. We're gonna bump heads in everything that you do too. That every now and then, we gonna come with some ups and we're gonna come with some downs. Miss Hinton, as I begin to look at all that's going on, I also found out about Don Lemon, and of his firing. This fella by the name of Brian Freeman. Who is Brian Freeman? Who is Don Lennon? Who is Tucker Carlson? Hired some lawyers after the ouch. They got lawyers now. The outs of CNN anchor Don Lemon, Fox News host Tony Carlson have both reported tapped high-power entertainment lawyer Brian Freeman to represent them following their sudden departure. Monday, turning an attorney to an attorney known for aggressive representation, a list of clients is signed to polarized figure might pause legal action against their old network, pushing their company to pay up.
Well, I forgot about all that. After people have put you out, you just don't go home. Want justice.
You want justice.
I want justice. And
they want justice, and that's what they want to get. I want to say good afternoon to Mr. Kenneth Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. We're here We bring you nothing but the best.
We want to hear from some of you all. Put something in the chat, how you feel. You don't have to put a whole page, but we would love to hear your comments. I know you all have heard the story, or maybe not. We're still digging deep and trying to find out what's going down, what's going on, what's happening. Mr. E, I pay strict attention very much to the news, what's going on, and how it's playing all out. Because like I said earlier, things change. All
That's right.
things change. You can't stop change. And wherein you see people standing up and standing strong and look like they can never be moved, all of a sudden they're moved for one reason or another. Now with Dawn, I can imagine, it may be a move, it may look dark, but he has definitely made a name for himself. He has plenty of charisma, handsome young man who probably is able to go anywhere. As a matter of fact, there's a news report that both of them are now being looked at by a corporation that is looking to bring them on. See, already opportunity. So I don't know, they may be hurt, Tucker and Lemon, but opportunity is there because what they have built a reputation as a brand, a name, and that's all you need in this day and time to really be successful. When you have a brand and you can pull in the viewers, you can go anywhere and you
That's
can
right. That's
demand a
right.
whole lot of things. So I'm not sitting back feeling sorry for them, but I'm just definitely still interested in where they go, what they do. All the lawsuits going to come after that, and what exactly is going to happen to some of these agencies? Are they going down? Will things change? Are they losing money? Are they going bankrupt? Are they able to survive? Because sometimes when your time has come to an end, it has come to an end.
Chime in on us. Chime in. Come on. Let's hear what you think. What are your thoughts about Don Lemon? What are your thoughts about Tucker? What are your thoughts about what's happening over there in Fox News? What is your opinion about Gayle King and King Charles Barkley making their debut over there at Fox News?
At CNN.
At CNN, I'm sorry. For a long time, Miss Hinton, I thought that Fox News was fake news for a long time.
Well,
I was thinking that Fox News was fake news.
Some of it is. That's what that defamation was, because they were spewing out fake news.
Because they always allowed a fakester, that's a new word I made up, a fakester to be on. Nobody else will allow this cat to come on news but Fox News. That's President Trump, ex-President Trump. They would allow him anytime he wants to come on to have the airways, and he come on with his nonsense. Then he got to the point when they shut him off, he called them fake news. It's fake news. He turned around and flipped the switch on them. When I hear about CNN News, I like CNN News, I like MSNBC, but here is the scrutiny that's going around town. You got rid of one of the highest classy guys that you ever want to see on news, who knew how to bring the news to the people.
Yes.
Don Lemon, he will go anywhere because his persona, the way he carry himself, I can imagine he's a little hurt now. I know it, because now the stuff that's in the background, and now it done came to the forefront. One of the things you got to understand about background news and what happens to offset, off air, where you don't see it, it's going to turn around and bite you. One thing you got to remember, when they go offset, and they begin to air at each other, fire shots at each other, and fuss one another out, there's going to be somebody in your organization going to slip that information out, and they're going to do it because somebody done paid them.
They always tell the tea. You'll always get the skeletons and all the stuff that's been undercover and behind the scenes. Somebody wants to tell it.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes this is people's opportunity to say, yeah, I might have worked for them, but let me tell you some of the things that was going on out there with what I was doing. Y'all was looking at me like it was all good and I was faking it. And I was just, you're going to find out a whole lot more. But like I said, is this the time for the media to be showed up, or those that have been in for a while? Is it their time to either change or turn the tables, or get a new face? Like I said, all things sometimes come to an end,
That's right.
and
That's right.
so we will see. But anyway, we're going to continue to look deep and bring you the tea. On our Friday morning show, we do serving that tea. And you all, if y'all have any tea you want to serve, you need to drop it right there in our inbox, or you can send it to FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Or if you want to be a guest on this show, this platform right here, and serve some tea with us or give us some information for our viewers, please just call us, or the number and the information is right there on the banner. Let us know that, hey, I'd like to do some entertainment tea, or some political tea, or some tea on just the average person. And we would love to have you be a part of what we are doing. This is FYI Radio Show, morning show that's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30, and then we do this Monday evening show at 6 p.m. FYI After Dark. We would love to have you on. We're looking to have panel discussions. We want to
That's right.
have folk to come on and talk with us and talk to our audience, and people to ask questions and really get involved with this show. So we're going to be announcing some of the our folk that's going to be on, special guests. We got some panels that'll be coming up. We'll be announcing that as well. And also on our morning show, we're going to be having some great morning shows for you all. Mr. E, on Wednesday, we have a very special guest.
We got Senator Lionel Spruill. Lionel Spruill is the senator of District Number 5. That's in Chesapeake. Listen to me real good. And I'm not promoting because I don't live in Chesapeake, but I want you to know, if you got any questions, and those who living in Chesapeake, if you got any questions that you want to ask Senator Lionel Spruill, this is a great opportunity and a great time for you to talk to him about abortions, women having rights. This is a great time, how he felt with the new opening of the new Walmart. This is a great time right now for you to ask him questions. How, and what is going on in the Chesapeake area? What are the plans? See, one of the things we got to understand when it comes down to voting, you always got to have an inside person that will help you to make decisions. See, sometimes they put stuff on ballots you don't even know. Sometimes you hear that this is the law and you didn't do anything about it. If you want to know about gun laws, if you want to know more about how they, where they come up with the idea now to hold the parents accountable for guns, for their children doing crazy things. One of the things I heard today, Miss Hinton, that is leaked out today. I heard that the 6-year-old boy who had the backpack in his back, the gun in his backpack. Mm-hmm. Guess what the tea is?
What is it?
The mama put the gun in the backpack. That's the tea.
Well, allegedly.
That's the tea.
Allegedly.
And that's allegedly, that's what I heard today. But if you want to know what's going on, you want your senator to get
Wow.
involved. If
Yes.
you want your senator to be a part of you want to know what's going on in your city, you got a complaint. You need some answers asked. You want your community back. You got to go to your senator, baby. You got to
Mhm.
talk to some folks that gonna help you to clear up some stuff. They need your vote. That's what it's all about. They want to sit in those seats for a little bit more time, and they need your HELP, your help. They need you to
Mhm.
stir up some stuff and say that they answer our questions. So join us on Wednesday. That's right,
Yes.
this Wednesday on FYI Radio Show at 9:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. with our special guest, Senator Lionel Spool.
Yes, and Friday I'm going to be on location at Something in the Water. Mr. E, this is my third year going to Something in the Water, and everybody's interested to know how it's going to play out as far as the weather. Well, let me assure you of something. The first Something in the Water, you if you weren't there, it was a lot of raining
That's
on
right.
that Friday and even that Sunday. On that Friday, certain things were canceled, but guess what? Pharrell does business in a wonderful way where everybody that didn't get a chance to go to that concert that evening was able to get their money back for that particular day. And so, there are other things going on inside, but the concert was canceled because so much rain. So just be assured that Pharrell is not going to, take your money and it
That's
rains so
right.
bad that
That's
you,
right.
not get anything out of it. And also, those a lot of those artists that were for Friday did perform. Let me tell you about that first one. He has so many great artists. It was just off of the hook. It was just, what did they say? Bomb. It was
It
just
was the
all that and a
yeah.
bag of chips. He had some of the greatest acts. Now, I went to Washington, D.C., and I thought that was absolutely lovely. There are a few things I would change, like the fact that it wasn't on the water, but it was in a nice location, and I loved where my family and I stayed during that time. But the artists and the food was absolutely all that. The artists were so good; they really were, and the just the food and everything was great. Now that it's back in our backyard, hey, in Virginia Beach, looking forward to another great time. Like I said, we'll be reporting from there on Friday, our morning show, calling in and just talking about what's going on. Them setting up the stages. The stages should be set up by then. And some of the things, the opportunities that are out there for business people and for youth and for organizations and companies, you all want to at least come out. They're going to have three stages that are free. They're going to have the gospel stage on Sunday, and Kurt Franklin and a lot of different gospel artists, Karen Shear, they're going to be there. They're going to have some local people doing music. And one thing I can say about Pharrell, he does put on a great event, and it has not been, it's been no nonsense. It haven't been no, a lot of drama. You may see a few people going out on the gurney if it's too hot or they smoke too much weed. They outside. And listen, let me warn you all right now because they just reported they're going to be checking bags. So don't bring. They say they don't want cannabis. They don't want your weed, your drug. Don't bring it because they're going to be checking bags. So if you think you're going down there with a whole OZ or whatever, a whole bunch, all your blunts and whatnot, you better smoke that stuff before you get there.
That's right.
Because they say
That's
they
right.
have every right to keep you from bringing that stuff in. Now, folks gonna sneak it in all kind of ways, I'm sure. But I'm just telling you, they are already reporting that don't try it.
That's right. And that's
So
one of the greatest things that they're doing. They're making sure that, you don't have that stuff uh, uh, um, stuff in there. You know, don't bring that weed in there because don't everybody smoke weed. Don't
And,
everybody
and,
smoke
and yeah, they just want to make sure. Look, the weed, the cannabis, the guns, anything that changes our behavior, because drugs change the way the body works. Let me tell you right now. You may be doing it and say, well, it's no harm, but it's actually changing something in your body. It's
it.
changing your mind, your outlook, your perspective. And so they want people to just kind of keep their normal way of thinking and doing. They don't want no instances. They don't want anything happening where you're going to find people popping off and fighting or shooting or doing something that's going to harm people, any stampedes, anything like that. He is known for a really good event with
That's right.
less
That's right.
drama as possible, and so this is the way they want to keep it. So I'm telling you all, they've already reporting, if you're going down there, you may be subject to a search. Make sure you're not there with illegal guns, illegal drugs, and things like that, or sneaking anything that can harm anyone. The warning is out.
You know, Miss Hinton, not only that, they're inviting children if you want to come out there with your child. They said all ages are welcome.
Mhm,
Children 5 and under are free with
mhm.
a paid adult. The lineup and the set times are subject to change without notice. So,
Yeah.
hey, all you got to do is go there, and they're making it out as a family
Yes.
orientated place. Any two time they say you can bring your children 5 and under. It's got to be a family event where everybody, mom and daddy, sister and brother, can experience that atmosphere of going to something in the water.
Absolutely. So I will be reporting and giving you highlights. The first year I did it. The second year, of course, sent you all highlights of what was going on. The first year was pandemonium. I was actually living out there while we were building our home. And I was right there in the smack of something in the water, right there in real time. It was absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to be there again, staying there, reporting and letting you all know what's going on and participating in as much as I can in this particular event. So, Mr. E, I just want to say thank you so much for being on with me. And we're going to be coming on Wednesday on our morning show. Senator Lionel Spruill will be our special guest. If you want to be a special guest, Mr. E is going to give you that information. In the meantime, I want to remind you all of a couple of things, and one of them is Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose by Yolanda Hinton. It's a book for the family, a book for adults, it's a book for children. It's a book about bullying, why bullies bully, what you can do about it, and who they bully, and
That's
why
right.
people stand by and do nothing. And so this is a wonderful book. It is in a hard copy. You can get that by inboxing me personally, Yolanda Hinton. You can also get it in ebook. You can go to the ebook platforms and like iTunes, Amazon Book Baby. You can go to all those platforms and get the ebook. Barnes and Noble ebook. You can go there. Also, it's Audible. It's an Audible book as well. Go to the audibleacx.com. Go to any Audible platform and ask for and go and download that Audible. If you don't feel like reading, you can listen to it. Your kids can listen to it on the way to school, on the way back. Please support this book. It's in Spanish and it is in English. I
Yeah.
have two versions, and I would love for you all to support me with this book. If you're a school, a library, and you would like me to come in and talk with your youth, I would come in. I want you to look out for the game for you gamers. I have an anti-bullying game that's coming out real soon. It's going to be on The iPad is going to be on the iPhone and also an Android. You're going to get it in all those versions. You can definitely enjoy the game. And we have some other things coming out, like a curriculum for the school. So if you all want to know more about what's going on, please, please, please contact me, inbox me. Let me know that you would like to find out more about what is happening. Also, the Royal Ladies Pie. We're going to be launching that real soon, probably close to the fall. It was the Ladies Pie. It is now the Royal Ladies Pies
Yummy.
with the bells and the whistles, and we're very excited about what's going on with that. So, Mr. E, some folk want to be able to contact us. Some people want to be on our platform as guests, or either intern and helping us to serve tea. Can you give them information on what to do?
That's just right. That Miss Hinton, if you like to be a special guest or a sponsor of FYI After Dark or FYI Radio Show, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. If you like to be a part of our show, or if you like to be a special guest, or you like to be in the background, all you got to do is send us your email. That's right. Send your email to FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. What we will do, we will inbox you to let you know that you will have been selected to be one of our special guests on one of our After Dark show or our morning show, where we can pull you in and dialogue with you and listen to your opinion, or you can sit back and relax and applaud as we go from subject to subject, from talking about the news, talking about political, talk about what's going on in the world today. We want to say, hey, all you have to do is pick up the telephone and inbox us or call us at 757-714-7861. Our inboxes at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Don't forget that we are being heard every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on WPCE 1400, 95.3 FM. Peace, WGPL 1350, and also soon to be 88.9 Joy. You don't want to miss it. And we're also on the World Wide Web. All you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com, click and listen live. Or you can go to 1400 AM or 1350 AM, and guess what? You can hear us all over the world as we broadcast live. That's right, live in real time on real radio, as we bring you nothing but the very best. And also on all social media platforms. You'll catch us. You don't want to
Yes.
miss it. That's FYI.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your support. You all stayed with us, and we are so glad. Don't forget to join us on Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. We'll be there with our special guest, Senator Lionel Spruill, and we have some great shows coming up in May. Don't forget to join us. We'll give you all a heads up on who's coming, our upcoming shows, and we just look forward to being with you all. You all have been great to us. These 7 years have supported us, and we're very, very thankful. So, look, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Don't forget our sponsors, beardgods.com. Go to the site, www.beardgods, God with a Z, Godz, and look on the site, see what you need, and go ahead and govern yourself accordingly. Do the thing you need to do. Also, www.crystalrecords.com. Go on there. You can actually get the book there if you like, and other things as well. Crystalrecords.com. We got some great things coming up for Crystal Records. So we would love for you all to just visit us. And we have some other things coming up. So in the meantime, FYI Radio Show, on behalf of myself and my host, co-host, Mr. E, we want to just say thank you for joining us, and we're going to see you real soon. Have a wonderful evening.
Just before we go, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Philip Brown. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show, FYI After Dark.
Absolutely. God bless you all. See you soon.
Two up, two down.